Today is October the 5th. Did Old Testament Jews work for their salvation? Let's find out together as we read Psalms 107 to 110. In reading through the Bible in a year today, we begin reading what is called Book 5 of the Book of Psalms. Book 5 goes from 107 to Psalm 150. It's the longest of all of the books. It itself can be subdivided into 4 divisions. From Psalm 107 to 117, we have Psalms of David. There may be others there, but they all seem to have one coherent theme. We'll look at that in a second. Psalm 118 deals with God's mercy. Psalm 119 deals with God's word. And then Psalm 120 to 135 are songs of ascent. The title of each one of those songs is A Song for Pilgrims Ascending to Jerusalem. Psalm 136 to 145, again, we come back to Psalms of David. They kind of put bookends around the songs of ascent. And then Psalms 146 to 150 is a doxology, 5 psalms that sing praise to God. We're going to look at Psalm 107 to 110 today. If you'll notice, 107:1 begins with the words, "Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His faithful love endures forever." Now, even though this is part of Book 5, he repeats exactly word for word what is said in Psalm 106:1. "Give thanks to the Lord, for he's good. His faithful love endures forever." And then again in Psalm 118, verse 1, the first verse of 118, and the last verse, 29, of Psalm 118. David talks about God's faithful love. Those 2 words, faithful love, translates one Hebrew word, chesed. Chesed is difficult to translate. Typically, we translate it with the word mercy, but we also translate it with the word love and the word faithfulness. And in this case, faithful love. That seems to summarize what the word really means. It means that God has chosen Israel. He has loved Israel. He is faithful to Israel, even when Israel sins, and he shows Israel mercy. 11 times in Psalms 107 to 110, the psalmist refers to God's mercy, his faithful love. Psalm 109:26, "Help me, O Lord my God, save me because of your unfailing love." We started this devotional with the question, did the Old Testament Jews work for their salvation? No, they didn't. Just like us in the New Testament, it is God's mercy, God's grace, God's faithful love, God's chesed that causes God to offer us salvation. We don't work for it. We certainly don't earn it. It is simply something that God does because he is who he is. He is the God of mercy. Like, follow, and subscribe to this devotional on whatever platform you use to listen to it. Email your questions to us at questions@becomehope.com. Tomorrow we'll answer the question, What's the most important thing in the world for the church?